Azhar. She has the master's in software engineering and she's working at Microsoft. So, Azhar, would you like to talk a little bit about working for such a huge company, like especially in Estonia, uh, what that feels like, entering a part of such a big community that's a international company.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, indeed, like working for such a big multinational company um, um, is not easy. And when I first joined the company, I was I got the big impression of this scale of the projects and how big the company is, how like how many things I need to learn. But yeah, so far the culture is very good. The team is very supportive, so I was able to integrate and adapt really fast. Uh, but yeah, office in Estonia is also not that big as in other European countries. For example, we have around 400 employees in Estonia at Microsoft. And let's say in Dublin, Ireland, the number
Mhm.
is more than 4,000. So
Yeah,
just to compare.
and when you graduated with your master's, how was that process like in finding work at Microsoft? What was the steps that you took, and did you find opportunities along the way at the university to get to where you are now?
Mhm. So in my case, I already found a job while I was a student.
Mm.
And before Microsoft, I worked at another company, international as well, Boko. It's a fintech payments company. So I started there almost as soon as I landed in Tartu and started my studies because I started my job search even before I came to study. So Microsoft is actually the second job. So yes, I had to study and work at the same time. It was challenging, but it's doable.
Yeah, do you have any like advice for people that are like might be balancing a part-time role and full-time studies? How did you balance that, especially maybe during the winter months or
Mhm.
particular exam time, what that felt like?
Yeah, I would say that planning helps a lot. So when you know in advance what load you would have um, at the university and at your job as well, to plan accordingly. Maybe when you have the exam seasons, you shouldn't take any challenging tasks at work if it's possible or something like this.
Mm.
But more importantly, what helped me to balance is the system that we have here in Estonia, the system of study leaves. If you don't know, then I highly recommend to explore the official resources. But for me, like last year, 20 days were available in a year to take as a study leave, which is paid by, I'm not sure if by employer or by the government, but it is the possibility to take them. And on top of that, you can also get 15 days for your graduation to, I don't know, to prepare for your thesis defense or something like this. So it really helped because I used everything of this paid days, and I also used unpaid days because otherwise it's not possible to juggle both. Yeah.
Mm. That's really good advice to know, and I think it's something that might not be commonly known by all of the students. I guess going back to your workplace, what is it like? What's the company culture like? Do you find that you encounter any cultural difference when you work at Microsoft? Does the Estonian part of it come out when you're, working about like sick leave, for example? Like, what's it like working there?
Mhm. Yeah, I would say in that sense, I am lucky because Microsoft has very flexible culture and it values work-life balance. And same as in many North European countries, people value work-life balance. So it was not the problem to adjust, because previously I worked in international company, but it was mostly based in Estonia. So majority of employees were based in Estonia, and I noticed that other people really value this work-life balance. They don't work late. They have these boundaries. So moving to Microsoft was not a challenge, because they also have this culture that helps people to balance their personal life and job responsibilities. So in that sense, it was great. But also I have to say that actually in my previous job, I was exposed to Estonian culture more than in Microsoft, because Microsoft, as an international company, is very international. And depending in which team you work, you might not even work with local people that much, because you maybe work with people from different countries or um, something like this. But in my previous company, I was exposed to like Estonian culture. And I learned how people in Estonia work, how they prefer to work, the
Mm.
communication style. So yeah, this was a bit of a contrast in that sense.
That's a really good insight as well, because of the how many people from around the world come. Do you see Estonia, like, do many people come to Estonia to work for Microsoft? Do you see it kind of as a little global hub in Eastern Europe?
Yeah, totally, because Microsoft in Estonia has brand of like a very good employer. So many people from Baltic countries, from other European countries, from Asia come and work here. So yeah, it's really a hub. And
Yeah.
also in like nearest countries, we don't have offices, right? There's no other office in um, Baltics, let's say, other than in Estonia. Although we have offices in Finland and Sweden, but from what I know, there are not many engineers. Mostly sales and consultancy roles are open there.
And I guess my second last question is, did you expect to end up in Estonia? What was your process in getting here? And did you think that after graduating, you'd still be living here?
Mhm. Yeah, I would say that 3 years ago, I wouldn't even imagine that I will land in Estonia and live here for several years. Um, but it was like a choice that I really thought along, really. I put so much effort and thinking into this move and shift in my life. So Estonia was a really great choice for me. I also moved to Estonia with my family. So I think Estonia is great for families, for kids. Yeah, I have so many reasons why I chose Estonia. Among them is great university, culture, clean air, um, the fact that it is a leading e-government uh, country, like with the well-developed digital um, uh, services and everything for the people. So yeah, so many
And
things that are great here.
yeah, it's a good point. And I guess like for any students who either are considering moving or, currently in their studies, like, do you have advice for them? Maybe if they're not sure in the direction they want to take, if they want to stay in Estonia, like if there's anything that maybe convinced you or like there was something that, clicked that just made sense.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say the working culture, as I mentioned, like work-life balance. Um, Also, I would say that like yeah, culture, clean air, everything,
Mhm.
and the possibility to work with international companies, big companies. It's also everything is available here.
Yeah.
I would also recommend if you have time to learn Estonian. I learned it a little bit starting from A1, because even if I don't use Estonian at my work, I still want to be able to communicate. As Sabina said, also Like even going to like grocery shopping, you want to understand like what is written there and everything. So yeah, I would recommend if you're interested, if these benefits that I mentioned somehow like are interesting to you, then yeah, like explore the opportunities, learn the language, and yeah, good luck with it.
Thank you. Thank you for that advice. It's very insightful.